Comforting lies.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's just to sync up the footage. If you guys want to do it too, we can. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're here at the University of Technology, and I'm here with
Adriana.
Sean. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Savannah, and today I have a question. Which would you choose, a comforting lie or a horrible truth? What do you think you would choose and why?
Horrible truth. Why? I don't know. I think it's just better to know the truth always than you getting a lie and getting something that's comforting to you, and it turned out it was a lie in the end. So just take the truth and just call it a day.
Okay. What about you?
I think I'll also have to go with horrible truth. But I feel like it really depends on the context, because a comforting lie can be
Can be
good.
nice. Yeah.
It depends on the context.
Okay. Would you rather be comforted versus know the truth?
Tell the truth.
You would know the truth?
Again, it depends on the context. I'm kind of
On the comfort.
Always.
okay. Fair enough.
Can make a cry regardless.
It's gonna be awful again.
I
Okay.
feel like horrible truth wins like 65% of the time.
65, you think?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Again, it depends on the context. It depends on, is it something that's really going to terribly affect you, or is it something that it isn't really a big deal? Then you can take a comforting lie.
Okay. Well, I'll let you guys know. Would you want to know what the horrible truth is in this circumstance?
Yeah.
Okay. The horrible truth is that majority of society is guilty of animal abuse.
That's so true though.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, me not lie, me kick one cat yesterday. That is so understandable. Because tell me why the cat want teeth me fish. Me put my fish without.
Because the cat is.
No. Cat have sense, and you know him on the wrong.
But the
The
cat
fact
is-
is there, and I know you have this animal instinct. I mean, also have the human survival instinct. Yeah. So I wanted to feed myself the fish, so I'm gonna protect myself.
Okay.
But I've seen severe cases of animal abuse where people burn cats and so forth. And I haven't gone that far. First maybe do kick one cat and throw one stone off one dog, but that's defense.
Would you say that's the worst animal abuse that you would do?
Honestly, personally, I don't think I could ever see any animal and burn them or run them over with a car. I know that happens on accidents, but personally, I would.
What about you?
I don't really interact with animals a lot. I don't think I'm, aside from the standard Jamaican, run the dog out of the yard with a stone.
Kill a
Yeah.
dog.
I would not kill a
person.
I would not kill a dog. I would kill you because you're a dog. But
But
basically,
technically, that's the animal.
outside of mosquitoes, right? I didn't really abuse animals that much. I think.
Yeah.
Aside from the standard shoe
Yeah.
with a little stone feet.
First of all,
Push the process along.
Okay. Well, let's generalize. Let's say animals is very general, so let's be specific. Which animals do you think I'm referring to when I say most people are complicit in animal
I honestly
abuse?
think it's
Pet
pet type animal.
Pet type? Okay. What about, for example, food type animals?
Come again?
Food,
Cockroaches?
chicken.
Oh wow, I'm so
Think
sorry.
what about in that context now? If you think about the animals abuse for sake of food.
I mean, we're killing them, so that's
every day.
Yeah.
I partake in that, and I am so sorry, but
we try not to think
Belly
about it. We just think
Yeah.
about the good curry chicken and curry goat and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it would be upsetting to think about?
Yes.
it is. Have you ever seen this TikTok of the girl who likes eating the baby ducks?
Oh God.
I was like,
That's just disturbing.
girl, even the head alone on that she did it with her husband. Her husband couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But me, I think I could eat the chicken because I haven't seen the chicken. I just see the parts.
Yeah.
I
What
like
about
the
what if
chicken
it
on the
was
head.
what about if it was alive?
I've seen them kill a chicken before and I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I had to turn away.
Yeah.
But I try to not think about the fact that the chicken was alive.
I feel like it's terrible for goats and cows. I've seen them kill goats and cows because the goats make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's minimized and justified by the fact that the goat tastes awesome.
Yeah.
So that kind of just fades away when you're eating it. You just try not to think about it too long, and you just
Yeah.
move on.
I'll ask you this. Is it something wrong that we're doing when we eat those animals? Is it a moral wrong? Like if you're looking at objective right or wrong, would it fall under right or wrong?
I think there's no right or wrong because I think it's kind of in the halfway point because as we were saying, the main reason why we do kill animals is like for survival reasons, for consumption, for feeding. But then you do have persons who like unjustly will hurt animals, not just thinking on this basis of like consumption animals like chicken and so forth.
Yeah.
You have other animals who get hurt. That's a part where I think it's like morally wrong when you're hurting the animals who have no benefit to you.
Okay. Let's say I'll change the scenario slightly. Let's say I benefited from kicking my dog. I was a sick person and I got a benefit from that, like a pleasure. Yeah, and it's
you
just
have
changing
people
it.
that-
Just changing it slightly. Would that would that act be right or
morally
wrong?
wrong.
Would that would be morally wrong. It would be
wrong.
so. It would be 100% morally wrong to kick a dog for pleasure, but when it comes to eating animals for pleasure, that isn't.
It's not pleasure, but it's sustenance. Like you wouldn't arrest a cat for killing a lizard, or you wouldn't arrest a tiger for killing a deer.
Yeah.
So it's not really like pleasure. It's more like sustenance.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there something in animal products that we need to survive?
Yeah,
What's that?
protein from animals, yeah. I think there's
there-
something, but I guess you
plants
also
have
have
protein too.
substitutes for it. But I guess I was watching this thing one time where vegetarians, I think,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some of them tend to lack some of it, and there's a special vegetarian food that I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know what it is, but I was watching a documentary about it. Some back, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have vegetarian options, but you have to question, are these as good or are these as healthy? For instance, a lot of the meat-based substitutes, they're engineered in a lab. So how long until you find out that these meats are causing more issues like cancer or whatever because they're being made with all of these different chemicals? Can you truly trust those? And I think it's strictly evolution based, like we're not meant to eat solely plants,
Yeah.
or we're not meant to eat solely animals. So I think it's kind of like finding that balance and only taking what you need.
Okay. So for the nutritional needs, there isn't a single vitamin or nutrient in meat that can't be found in the plant-based kingdom as well. That includes protein, iron, all of the amino acids. They all can be found in plants. So technically, there isn't a nutrient that we need from meat that isn't found somewhere
But
else.
what
You're
about-
actually accurate because like wait, it's important. I'm trying to show that I'm learning in this place. So we've been learning in like environmental studies about how energy is transferred, and plants are like the head. They have like the 100%, and once it moves along the food chain, you get less and less and less. So in essence, you are right. Where plants, if you're vegetarian, you could say that you're getting most of the proteins or any minerals you would need from a plant than versus eating it from an animal who had consumed that plant or an animal who had consumed that.
Very
you know?
true. Very true.
But the consumption of animals, like what happens when it's linked to person's cultural identities? For instance, curry goat, that's a Jamaican thing, and you can't ever replace that. So it's not necessarily
But
say.
if you believe that's a cultural thing, there's also a thing where you have people who will kill whales because it's a part of their culture, and as you know, whales are in
There's a lot of things that could be a part of your culture that aren't necessarily moral. Example, there are cultures where they actually rape donkeys. They actually do that for pleasure. And it's part of their culture. That's part of their culture. Do you think if you were born in a culture where that was normal, you would want to participate in it?
I mean, I was born in it, so I would have
So you
thought it
wouldn't
was
see- yeah,
normal.
you wouldn't see
but
anything
like,
outside of that.
outside looking in, I'm like, donkey?
Donkey. Yeah.
Donkey?
Yeah.
Why?
Do you think any type of rape of an animal is wrong, morally
Rape of
wrong?
an animal
Every
is wrong.
single
Every
version,
single
shape,
version.
farm, all of it,
Wrong
Yeah.
overall.
1000% wrong.
Do you know that in the dairy industry specifically, there's a lot of rape involved? They, for example, the cows, they don't make milk naturally. They need to be pregnant in order to make milk. So the farmer will do something to a bull and then collect that and insert it with his arm into the female.
I would have gone as my life.
Yeah, and she's
Without
usually
knowing that.
about a year old when he does this to her, and it's a cow, a year-old cow.
I don't drink cow's milk.
That's good. Yeah. What about cheese?
I don't like cheese.
Yeah, I just eat one cheese patty yesterday.
I don't.
I did a complaint that enough cheese in my night patty.
I don't like tasty cheese,
Yeah.
but I eat moderated cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that dairy, for example, is necessary for the human diet?
I don't know.
Is it necessary? Probably
I
not,
think
but
they
does it
thought us,
taste
like,
good?
milk good for bones,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bones.
Buns.
but like I don't really drink milk and I'm fine.
Yeah. If I could tell you that you could be against animal abuse by simply not buying products that contain animals or their products, would you consider that if it meant being against animal abuse?
Yeah, that's the thing though. But will I have the willpower to not
The-
eat chicken? That's the thing. Like,
Can I see the fried
I'd
chicken?
want to, do it, but like right now,
Yeah.
because I've been considering like becoming vegetarian. Because I had a teacher who taught me entrepreneurship. She's vegetarian. I like a lot of her dishes. Honestly, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to think about financial stability. Not
Yeah, it's
everyone
very
can.
expensive to
Not
live
everyone
in
can afford these plant-based diets. You understand?
For the case of where money is concerned, plant-based foods are usually one of the cheapest foods in the supermarket. Think rice, think beans, canned beans, think potatoes. The cheaper
like,
foods
what
are
if I wanted to,
usually
like, be
plant-based.
bougie and, you know, like have a miss call it curry chickpea.
Yeah, you can always do stuff like that too. But in general, like the plant-based foods, if it's an actual plant versus if it's processed, the plant-based foods would be less expensive.
So you
No,
can
but
bring
we're
yourself-
Jamaicans. I'm from St. Elizabeth. We eat a lot of the natural plant thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they're still there.
Ital food.
They're still present, so it's not like I've totally neglected that. It's just like the chicken tastes good. The chicken
Okay,
tastes-
you said before it wasn't sake of pleasure. Would you say taste is a form of pleasure?
Would you say taste is a form of pleasure?
Like, let's say,
Yeah, because like who don't like when something tastes good?
And you're not happy.
yeah. So, would you say that you would be okay with abusing animals for the sake of pleasure?
No, yeah, but Miss Sims.
Yeah, I'm missing that. I don't like this.
I don't like this.
I don't like saying
Like,
it out loud.
It doesn't make you feel good, right? Like
is
if you could choose, let's say you could press a button right now, and after you press this button, you no longer abuse animals with your purchases, and you probably save like 10,000 animals in your lifetime.
But what happens when those animals are become unmoderated? What happens when we have excess animals?
Oh, we wouldn't. They breed them into existence, the specific amount that people are eating. So if people are eating less animals, they'll breed less into existence.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel guilty.
Would you press a button that says I'm no longer an animal abuser if you could?
Give me 5 years. Honestly.
The button's only here for 10 minutes.
Not right now.
Not right now?
Currently, no.
Okay.
I mean, I could lie and say, yeah, I'll press it, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I know I don't have the willpower right now.
Yeah. Do you think it would take a lot of willpower to not abuse animals? Or do you think you'd feel better about it, like about what you're eating, knowing that no animal had to be abused or tortured or killed for that product?
What plants are being abused and tortured and killed?
Sure. Let's say I have a cute little piglet on the table versus a puppy versus an apple versus an
I know,
apple.
pigs are ugly.
No,
Pigs
pigs
are ugly.
You never told me.
Pigs are
Let's say
ugly.
it's a puppy. It's an animal.
I don't eat
And versus a plant, an apple on the table. Which one would you feel more comfortable cutting up?
apple.
The apple. Yeah.
But that's because I don't eat puppies in general.
Chicken then.
If you give me the apple or the
If it's a chicken. If it's
If you
a
give me
chicken.
the apple or the beef on the table, of course I'm gonna cut myself a nice slice of steak and
Okay. Last. Would you guys want to watch a trailer for a documentary that's coming out?
It's gonna make me feel so bad.
I
I'm
don't-
just yes.
Yes.
It's gonna make
What
me
about you?
sure.
It's gonna make me feel
I
so
like
bad.
trailers. Let's go.
Okay. So overall, you happy you picked a horrible truth this time?
Not really.
Not really. The truth is not nice.
It's not about not being nice. It's just that these things are that you kind of just automatically don't think about.
Yeah.
Because of like the implications, you kind of just you don't really think about it that much.
Yeah. You don't really think about it. Do you think that that's by design? That
Probably.
why would they design a system where we eat animals every single day, but we never get to see what those animals go through or never even think about them?
Shouldn't make me feel bad. Oh my goodness. No,
But no one wants to be sad while them look for them food. You're not going to look for your food and cry. And I meant say, oh.
If your food is worth crying over,
did they?
it's probably not the best food. I would say find something else that doesn't make you cry.
I think it's profit maximization.
It's not profit maximization.
No,
It's
it
evolution.
I mean, they make a lot of. It's $1 billion industry.
You know
killing
how much
killing
money
animals is $1 billion
chicken people make?
Yeah, but you have to understand so the animal killing go back to
No,
like
she asked.
back to like
Why
back.
is it that they're not showing us
What happens?
what happens? It's basically for profit. The business them argue.
They're not showing us, but the question is, are you concerned?
Are you
When you
concerned?
eat a curry chicken,
concerned.
when you eat a curry chicken, do you think about
do you
the chicken
question
being tortured?
even for a second
So-
what was this chicken's life? What did this chicken go
I
through?
No,
really just
exactly.
think about,
They
like,
don't show us and we're not
what mommy
concerned.
put in it.
Exactly. They don't show us and we're not concerned.
Oh, that just sounds so wrong.
Because I don't even like cutting up like raw chicken, but I love eat.
Do you enjoy the taste of dead bodies? let's say there's no plants on that dead bodies. It's not spiced. No seasoning. It's just a plain dead body. Do you like the taste of dead body by itself?
No.
I don't know.
No?
I've never yet eaten a ramen
Without
Mine is
seasoning,
always
right?
Seasoned.
Yeah.
Very,
But
very
like
seasoned.
a chicken, delicious.
Delicious. The dead body is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the dead body delicious with the
That
seasoning.
does sound wrong. You know, no.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, what
Stop
about
joking.
corpses?
I know,
Does
but
eating
like-
corpses sound more appealing?
Don't use
No.
those words.
That's
man.
worse. Okay, let me show you.
Like, why we always ascertain like the words, such words like with human bodies, whatnot, with animals.
Yeah.
But now you put it into perspective. Like,
Curry chicken corpse.
So this trailer that I'm about to show you, this is for a film called Dominion. It's out on YouTube already, and I think it has sound to play. Let me know what you think of it. What do you think those buildings are?
Those buildings aren't closed. They're
No, like what's in them? What's in them?
They're animal farms.
Yeah. Each of those is an individual animal.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, right? Yeah. Dog racing. This would be fish farms. They're farming fish in these.
Alright, this music does not help.
What are your thoughts while seeing these images?
The song choice is getting me.
Wait, what?
I think these are cows. There's just a lot of them.
To make beef.
Lots of different ones they're showing. They're backing up. This is at the slaughterhouse. They can smell blood. They're very sensitive animals.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's a common slaughter method, is shooting them in the head. Another common slaughter method is gassing them to death. suffocation, drowning, hanging them upside down and slitting their throats. That's very common in the industries. They're electrocuting them to get them to go down the ramp. This is on the kill floor, and this is a gas chamber. And these are. Oh, does it look healthy? You know that.
I don't think armies are treated that way.
Even if they're not treated, did you know that processed meat is a class 1 carcinogen, meaning it causes cancer? So it's not exactly healthy for us.
I'm downloading this song when school's supposed to get to me.
Yeah, a lot of animals have tear ducts too. Okay, so thoughts on the trailer?
Beautiful song choice. Really got the message. Are you okay?
Are you okay? It's okay to not be okay. It's a very sensitive subject for real, and it is terrible. And there's more footage, but I will leave you guys at that for now, unless you ask for more.
Let me see more.
You want to see more?
Yes.
Okay.